Howdy, it's Jim Morado, and this is very early December 2024. We're in Fishers, Indiana, or we're about to be anyway, talking about this guy, Captain Hook. Real name, Von Richard Saum, and he played, I guess you would say, the Christian children's TV show character Captain Hook. It wasn't a huge show. I think it was probably a regional, maybe cable access type show. I don't know, but he rests eternally now in Fishers, Indiana, at Oaklawn Memorial Gardens. And I remember seeing him. He came to Good Shepherd Church in Owensboro, Kentucky, in the very early '80s. I would have been a very small kid at that time, and he did a little show there. He had a good crowd, and I just remember being excited that we saw a pirate. Anyway, I found out he did pass away in the early '90s, and he's buried here. I stopped by their main office. A very nice young lady printed off a couple maps for me and told me where to find his grave. She was not familiar with the Captain Hook show I talked about. This was his show was on in the '80s, and the days before YouTube, and the days before the internet. So any celebrity he had at that time is just not it's not as well documented as it probably would be today. But I remember him well in my memory, and I've recently gone back on eBay and found a few of his old albums. I remember seeing him at Good Shepherd Church, and just I was a little kid. I was excited about seeing a pirate. He actually did lose, I believe, was it a left hand, left leg, in a motorcycle accident when he was 17, and so he really, he legit wore a hook hand, at least as his character, as far as I know. But they put on a cute show. They had some cute albums. I think him and his wife did most of the show, and he had a little pirate dummy ventriloquist thing he did too. And I remember being thoroughly entertained. And I think for 50 cents or a buck, he was selling pictures that you could have him sign. He also sold albums, and I remember a couple of his albums, we wore them out. They were entertaining, and I was glad to hunt down copies again recently. And there is his there's his marker, little pirate ship on it. It does mention Captain Hook. Very snowy on this particular day. You'll have to forgive me. Might not have got the best image there of where he's located, but I'll give you a quick look around in case you find yourself in Fishers and you want to go visit Captain Hook. Hopefully you can use this video as somewhat of a point of reference.
Unless we see a bookstore on the way.
If you go on YouTube, or you are probably on YouTube now, if you search for Captain Hook Ministries, Captain Hook Ministries, you will find a channel where they have posted several of his old TV show episodes. And I guess that's it. It was a nice cemetery. It was nice being here. If I would have thought about it, I would have stopped and found a little pirate figure or something to put on his grave, but I didn't even think about it. Very, very nice, calm cemetery. Fishers, Indiana is a very nice town. I'll put up other videos about Fishers and the area if I haven't already. But I just wanted to pay respects to Captain Hook there, and stop by and see him. If you have any memories of Captain Hook, I would love to hear from you. Just thought that was kind of cool to track him down and to see him. I hated to hear that he had passed away.